True, true, true. Perfect. Hi, Sachin. Welcome.
Hey, hi, Bhavin.
Sachin, you are going to meet some of our clients also today and of our friends also who are from the similar business.
That's awesome. Looking forward.
Yes. Hi, welcome, Sumit. Sumit, are you able to hear?
Hey, hi, Bhavin. Yes, I'm able to hear.
Yes, yes, yes. Sumit, I wanted to thank you. You are the one who suggested this time slot.
No, no, absolutely. Really looking forward to this session.
Awesome, awesome. Great. So, the person who is going to conduct this, Mr. Gagan, himself is here. Welcome, Gagan.
Hi everyone, good to see you.
Hey, hi, Gagan.
Hi. Do we have? Are we? Shall we wait for some time?
Yeah, yeah,
Bhavin?
we are doing a short round of introductions with everyone.
Okay. By the time
Uh,
people can join in.
yes, yes, yes.
Sure. Why not? I think that would be great. I will introduce myself when everybody comes in before I start the session. But we can obviously take talk to everyone who has joined in on time
Yes, yes, yes.
and get to spend a little more time with them.
True, true, true.
Sure. So
Great.
I am glad that one second, I cannot see. Yes, Sameer Sharma ji have opened the camera, which is great. I love it. At least I know who I'm talking to. Hi Sameer. Hi David. Hi Sameer. How are you? You're on mute. Sameer, you're on mute.
Hey, hi Gagan.
Hi. How are you? What do you
Very
do?
well. Looking forward to be for the session.
Yeah.
Uh,
I kind of, though we have all the information, but when I got some data about the registration, I reworked on the deck. So I kind of made it a little more comprehensive because I saw that various different people from various industries were joining in, and that
Fantastic.
needs to be worthwhile everyone's time because it's a weekend, and we are spending precious family time on learning something. Everyone has
Right.
to take their wives out after this. So
You are so right, you know that.
we have ultimatum. Okay,
Absolutely correct.
after this we have to go. So what do you do, Samir?
I'm with a company called Global Space Technologies,
Okay.
and they are into IT solutions for the pharma sector.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Sounds
so
good.
I'm with
Sounds
them.
good. What about David? Hi, David. How are you?
Yeah. Hi, Gagan. I'm fantastic. I'm super. Thank you. So I'm basically from Chennai.
Okay.
I'm currently in Chennai, born and brought up in Tamil Nadu. So I'm currently working with Reliance Digital.
Oh,
Okay, I'm
nice.
handling Tamil Nadu Kerala retail marketing.
The retail marketing. Great. Sounds
Yes,
good.
yes.
Sounds good. Hi,
Looking forward.
Sumit. Hi, Sumit. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Sumit. How are you?
Great,
Right.
Gagan.
Good to see you. Uh,
Likewise, likewise.
few words from you by the time and everyone joins in. What do you do? Where you
Sure.
based?
I work with Lupin, and we started a new vertical at Lupin, which is diagnostics. So
Okay,
I head marketing at Lupin Diagnostics along with customer excellence.
sounds good. I think we'll have few use cases which will make a lot of sense to your kind of business as well. Great.
Sure.
Looking forward to sharing knowledge
Kunal,
and
would you like to do your introduction? Hope you are not driving yourself. I think you are.
yes, He is.
Yeah, actually, I'm driving,
So
but I'll be able to. So basically, I'm working with the Class Plus, and we are helping the educators to go online with their own application.
Okay, okay, great, great, great.
So
Yeah,
because we always use
I think you are driving, but your network is not. So, okay, we'll catch him a little later. Nikunj is here. Nikunj, how are you? You are mute.
Hello,
Hi,
uh,
Nikunj.
I'm good. How are you, Gagan?
Great.
Happy to hear about this event, and I'm very much excited to learn something new.
Sounds good. What do you do, Nikunj? Where are you from?
So I work with Bhavin, and I'm into the
Ah,
business
okay.
of signages and branding.
Great. Sounds good. A lot of stuff. Outdoor is a good opening industry there, but it will take a little while to reach the out of home bit in metaverse because
Right.
it is multiverse. So in multiverse, taking signages, taking branding, and which is owned by various people, it's going to be a little while, but it is people are working in the direction as well. Great. We have David. David. Hi, David. Acha, David, we spoke to. Kunal, we spoke to. I cannot see other people. There are, it says six more, but I cannot see the people. I think on from the side we can see. One second. Sachin, Raman. Great. So, shall we start, Bhavin?
yes, yes, Gagan, we should be
Yes.
starting.
Yeah.
So a short introduction about Gagan. In fact, my intro video, which was shared, had lot of details about Gagan. He is one person who has done lot of work in the metaverse, multiverse. He has built a company, Metality Ventures Private Limited. What he has also interestingly done is created a mall on decentral land. So that is all interesting. We are here to learn and what skills we should be ready with in next 5 years. So Gagan, please throw special light on that. How do we prepare ourselves for that age which is soon coming to us? Over to you, Gagan.
Absolutely. Give me one second. Yes. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, thank you, Bhavin. Thank you for calling me and to engage with the business leaders, marketeers, and everyone else, entrepreneurs, and senior officials from various companies who have joined in. I am happy to share knowledge. I've spent a lot of years in advertising and marketing, and I entered Web3 in the last 1 year. And while I entered, I kind of understood the need. I understood various things, and I put in a lot of efforts to make some market ready products. Whereas we have founded a company named Metality Ventures Private Limited, which is a metaverse real estate company focused on building large metaverse projects, which can help in early adoption of metaverse by brands. So one of the projects that we have under this is Meta Bharat, which we'll speak about today. Otherwise, we do project IPs, which is our own projects, which can be leased out by companies. And we do strategic consulting in Metaverse. We have a specialist team, me, a person named Rahul Sethi, who comes from the Metaverse and immersive technology background. We have a real estate expert. We have a finance and investments expert. So a lot of experts, and then we are building large projects now. So moving forward, so I will quickly talk about the content and the agenda for today's presentation or masterclass. So we have six segments, and we have divided it into these segments for easy understanding and little more interactivity. So we'll start with introduction to metaverse, use cases, and lot more to do with metaverse, making it very easy, simple, moving from understanding in the Web3 to what metaverse is, and then getting into who is using it, how we are using it, a lot of videos, a lot of use cases, which will help us understand the subject more. On the other side, the second segment, we will take you live into one of the metaverse platforms, because whatever we have spoken or learned in the first segment, it will be easy for us to understand it more and relate to it more once we see live one of the platforms, which I'll take you to. Then we will break for Q&A of the first segment. So the first segment Q&A, which is around introduction, metaverse, and various other things. Then we will jump into Meta Bharat, which is India's first metaverse mall. I'll talk about it, what the project is, what we're doing, giving you more information on how projects are being built and how large economic infrastructures are being built with the use of metaverse technology. Then we'll get into the live demo of Meta Bharat in Decentraland. However, we are making it in multiverse, but I will today take you live into the Meta Bharat in Decentraland. And at the end of it, we will again break into Q&A for more, understanding by everyone. And that's how we have segregated the overall session.
Gagan, hi, this is Nidhi. Just before you start the session, thank you for the introduction. I just wanted to ask you something that when you're taking us through, and I think we all right now, we broadly just understand, okay, what is metaverse in terms of concept.
Yeah.
But if you could just help us understand in terms of the immersive experience that metaverse promises to create, because a lot of people are not able to visualize how does that come to life. Like
Yeah.
I in person I can meet somebody and I can have that experience, but being in the metaverse, how can that experience really feel immersive or real? Is
Yes.
something that we would really like to understand.
Absolutely. I think that's the intent. And while Bhavin started this, but while I've made this content last night, I made it, created it. Now I'll be hosting these classes every weekend, right? So I think the idea is that we kind of, the more education is there, the better it is for all of us, because I think there's a lot of opportunity there, but people do have a lot of ambiguity, right? Because
Yes.
a lot of people feel that Meta, which is Facebook change into Meta, is the metaverse, whereas that's not the case. So they are creating one of the metaverse platforms, but metaverse is way beyond what Mark Zuckerberg is creating. So yes, we will cover all of that. We have so many videos that you have to tell me to skip them, so I will have to skip them. Some of them will be longer, shorter. Two of the live experiences, as in I'll be taking you into the metaverse, giving you a first hand understanding on what it is, how it is, and how it works. So I think a lot of it. Plus, if there will be more that you need, then I'm always available. You can reach out to me. I'll share my information. You can reach out to Bhavin, or I will share my information at the end of the slide. In the last slide, I have the information, and or LinkedIn is the best way to reach out to me as well, right? So, starting with our session. So I think a lot of you understand the difference or the evolution of web, but I think for few people who do not understand, I will start with first of all the concept of web 3, for all of us to understand what is web 3. Okay, so web 1 was the time when we had HTML based websites, scroll down websites where we could not interact, we could only consume the information, right? That was web 1, the first phase of web. Then web 2 is the phase of web where we are in, which is basically wherever we have made communities, we have interactive platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and all of that, where we can share feedbacks, we can interact with the brands, we can create user generated content, but in 2D, right? Now, Web 3 is the next web, which all of us are getting ready for, and that's the more immersive and more interactive web, right? Where the same format of user generated content is taken forward, but in more immersive and more interactive manner. Another plus point about Web3 is that in Web2, the data was owned by one company, like Facebook owned the data, WhatsApp owned the data, XYZ owned the data. In Web3, the data is owned by the user because it's made on blockchain technology. It's made on a different technology which segregates the data and doesn't really give it to one company or one party, but spreads it. So that's a topic that we will touch some other time, but today we'll talk about metaverse, and there is a lot to be spoken in metaverse. Hence I have quickly touched upon this, and now we will jump into the metaverse. So Web3 economy has a lot of components. We have spoken about, you must have heard about blockchain, crypto, NFTs, smart contract, DeFi, decentralized storage, and metaverse, right? So these are a lot of components which are there, which comprise Web3 economy. And today we'll be talking about metaverse, which is the most visually easy to understand concept in the Web3 economy, because all other concepts are way more difficult to understand. Otherwise, metaverse is much more easier and simpler because it's visually depicted, and it's more experience driven. Just to understand the market size of metaverse, for all of us to understand what we are getting into, and it's both for users, as in the brands and the users. So the global market of metaverse is estimated to be 1525 billion USD by 2030. Different reports says different numbers. Some say in trillions, some say in billions. But I think as business owner, I can just say the market is very, very huge. And I think we need to be serious about the metaverse and the Web3 economy and learn more about it. Uh, lot of explanations, or lot of what do you say, terms or explanations are available about metaverse on the web. But I think the most simplest is this, which is metaverse is a 3D virtual world where people can socialize, work, interact just like the physical world, but without its limitations and boundaries. Because end of the day, they're the imagination. We have seen movie like Avatar, we have seen sci-fi movies, and while we were watching those sci-fi movies, we were thinking कि ये होता कैसे है? मतलब how is it even possible, right? That you have these buildings which are floating, there are cars which are going like an airplane, and there are various other things happening. But I think all of that is possible in the virtual world. So whatever we cannot do in the physical world, we might as well do it in the virtual world. So there are two kind of thought processes which are there in the metaverse. One is the more realistic approach to it, where people say that create a digital twin of our office, create a digital twin of our showroom, which means that whatever is the way the my showroom looks or my space looks, translate it into the metaverse, right? But on the other side, the most, I think the 70% people or the 70% brand believe that it should be more immersive and it should be away from the real world, so that it breaks the monotony, and it fuels the imagination for the user and for the brands to do more than what they could get in the real world. This is something that you will not get in any on any internet, because this is my knowledge and the knowledge that we have gained over the years. So types of metaverse can be categorized into three simple categories. Okay, the first category is technology. So we can segregate them basis what technology they are based on. The platforms are based on certain technologies, and we can define them basis technologies. There are centralized platforms, like Meta is creating a centralized platform, which means that the data will still be owned by Meta. and it's a server based immersive experience, right? Single server based immersive experience. Then there are decentralized platforms which are based on the blockchain technology, right? Then there are VR and non VR platforms. This is another category that can define on what kind of metaverse you want to choose or you should take basis the kind of business you are in. VR is still long way to go because I have been invited by Meta multiple times. On 29th, I was 29th of last month, I was invited by Meta and Fiki for an event again, where they again spoke about their developments. The VR headset, the biggest brand on in the VR, which is Quest, is again owned by Meta, and they still have not reached level where it is very small and easy to operate, plus everyone can use it, plus the battery size is larger and bigger. So there are a lot of limitations to VR. Hence non VR based metaverses are more adapted by brands across the globe at the moment. Then you can also choose a metaverse platform basis the kind of avatar they have integrated. You want more realistic avatar. You want it to be more. You are okay with the gamified avatar, which looks a little cartoonish, but still the TG that we want to target can relate to it more because they are already in the gaming world, and we are just bringing them to the metaverse to engage with us, but in the similar format what they are used to, right? Then the fourth in the technology segment is the currency. You want to go ahead and can you transact in cryptocurrency, or do you need a platform where you want the commerce to happen in a regional currency, which is INR, right? So that's something will define the kind of platform you choose basis technology. Then the other category is defining the platform through experience. So either you need a platform which needs to be more gamified, that you are an automobile brand, you want people to experience the car, you want your customers to experience the product in a gamified manner, so you will choose a platform which can support more gamified experiences. Or on the other side, you will choose a platform which is more spatial, which means that it will give you a beautiful look and feel, but it cannot integrate so much of gamified experiences, right? So that's another category that can define what platform you should go to. And the third most important is the usage. Okay, so either the usage is a short term usage, right? For example, you want to do it for a specific event, an activation, or any engagement that you want to do for your brand, which is short term, and there is a pricing that's a problem. You want to spend, you have a limited budget for going into metaverse, then it's a different strategy, and hence we can choose a platform which costs less, which can be a short term engagement, and accordingly choose a platform. Or we can also choose it from the customer persona that we are going to be engaging with. What age group we are engaging with, what are the kind of people who will consume this data, can also define the kind of metaverse platform that you should choose. So this is something it took me a lot of time to reach here. Lot of sometime when you choose it, you will take few of them. Sometime you'll take one of them. But all of these categories will help you choose the best platform that you should take for your brand to go to metaverse. To further understand it better, some of the most popular platforms available in the metaverse world, which are tried and tested and have concurrent user capacity. Okay, like at the same time there are multi users who can go and experience it, and I think most of us want that kind of an experience. Then Special, Decentraland, Sandbox, Roblox, and the Nemesis are are the platforms that we can choose and make our experiences in. Now, these, if you see visually, all of them are also differentiated by the kind of avatars they use, right? So, the first one is basically me, okay? That's basically the platform which takes your photograph, right? And then creates an avatar for you, right? Whereas this is slimmer and better, but that's not something that they are able to figure out right now. But at least some facial, expressions, some look and feel can be adapted. Now there are various other platforms who are also able to integrate open source avatars, like the Nemesis can do that. Sandbox, till certain extent, has been able to do that, which means that we can also integrate this kind of an avatar. Plus, we can integrate Ready Player Me, which is the first avatar, the red one, which is me that you can see. And I will also take you to that platform today for live experience as well. Okay. So in the next few slides, I have certain videos of each one of these platforms. Okay, for you to understand how do they look, what are people doing there, okay, and for you to get better understanding on each of these platforms. So I'll start with those videos. So the first one is for Special. It's a less gamified, more event oriented, short term, and more realistic kinds of metaverse. So I'll just play the video. Okay, I thought I will take the queries later. But Nidhi, I just want to ask Nidhi because she was conscious about,
Yes, but
understanding. Hey Nidhi, so
hi.
is it
Yeah,
helping? Is it helping? Is it getting,
certainly.
it is understandable, right? I will also
Completely.
share this deck with you guys, okay? So
Great.
whosoever wants this deck can reach out to Bhavin, and I'll share this with him so you guys can also have it, okay? And see these
Great.
videos again because there are nitty-gritties to it, okay? So there are different
Mm-hmm.
experiences. All of them are more like compilation of different experiences that they've created in that platform. But the video will tell you what that platform is capable of. So
Mm-hmm.
the platform that I showed you just now is something that I'm also going to take you to, in some time as a live experience as well.
Sure.
So we have created a small office there. So I'll take you to my office and then I'll take you to the different experiences. Okay.
Sure.
Great. So now we are in Decentraland. So Decentraland is the another platform that I'm going to give a live demo of, where we are creating our first mall. So I'll start this video. This was Decentraland. If you must have noticed, this was more lot of neons, right? Lot of flashy, structures. A lot of it. The most important factor about this platform is, which was Decentraland, that they have solved the concurrent user problem. You can host events because it's a decentralized platform. And the best part about decentralized platform is that it only shows you visual of proximity, so it does not load everything, right? It only loads experience around you. It's like the real world, okay? Like whatever we are able to see for 10 kilometers, it will only get that 10 kilometers live for us, okay? That's the best part about the decentralized platforms. So now I'll show you Sandbox. Sandbox is another very popular gamified platform which has been in existence for over 10 years. It was earlier a gamified platform where users can create games and they can play games, and then brands entered few years back, used it for more of a metaverse kind of a experience, and now they have evolved and made it very good experiences for their users. This is another platform that we are using for our mall. We'll also be making our mall into in this platform as well. Like I said, we are making it multiverse. The next experience is Roblox. Roblox is again one of the old platforms which is there in existence for over 10 years. It's also, what do you say, one of the most dependable platforms available. A lot of brands like Nike, Vans, and various other brands have entered Metaverse with Roblox. It's also a user generated, user based platform where you can create games and you can play games, and it has a large user base which is already available with them at the platform. So I'll play this video for us to understand the look and feel of this platform. This is somebody exploring Van's world. This is the reality. Like, this is how it looks. These are real people. real people moving around. This is somebody has done a screen recording of his experience. You are playing, you are winning coins. You can use those coins for to buy NFTs. You can use those coins to go and purchase new assets like the skateboard, bicycle, various scooter or various other things. You can also go and buy products with the discounted coupons. As you can see, it's very gamified, it's very fluid. But the only thing is that the avatars look a little non-human and little cartoonish. So if we are okay with that, then this is one of the best platforms available. I will push this video further because it's a long video. The next is the Nemesis. It's also one of the platforms that we are going to create our mall. So we are creating our mall in three different platforms: one Decentraland, one Sandbox, and one the Nemesis. So this is Nemesis. I'll just play a video for you to understand the platform a little better. They have created Scotaverse. So Scotaverse, which was created recently, was created in this platform, and they also have the possibility to integrate other avatars. So what you see is one kind of avatar, but more integrations can be. Okay, great. I think I hope most of you would have understood or would be able to gauge the difference between different platforms. I'm sure that one session cannot teach you or give you knowledge on everything, but yes, it will at least spark that side, and then you can always go back and learn more about it. So, why metaverse? I think a lot of people keep asking me that, why, what is the difference between a virtual walkthrough, which already exists with a lot of people, a lot of brand, and what's different in the metaverse? So, I think the first and foremost is that the user gets free will navigation, that once you become an avatar, you enter the metaverse and you can move around like a real world. So that makes it much more easier and simpler for people to understand and to engage and to get free will. And as we know, if we get free will, we are really happy with that, right? So if we get free will, we can move anywhere. We are not guided. I think that's the best thing we want. The second is, when we have the free will navigation, it helps us create better social connection, because nobody is restricting me to talk to Bhavin, or to talk to Kunal, or to talk to Samir, or to talk to David in that forum which we have created, right? So I can go walk to him and I can talk to him, which creates better social connection. I might feel shy to go to Bhavin in a one-to-one event, but in metaverse, I can be open to go and talk to people, right? Then it is more gamified, right? You were right now creating AR based games, VR based games, and they were one of the occasions you were creating those engagements. But here, there's a constant experience that you have in the metaverse, which is gamified, and people can go and engage with your experience on regular basis, which becomes a very, very good opportunity for any brand to have a metaverse experience with a gamified engagement incorporated into it. It can also generate revenue. You can do retail experience, events, NFTs, which can bring revenue to the companies. At the moment, people are more concerned about the branding, marketing, and engagement. And I think in the second phase, they will more be focused on the revenue part of it. Then, like any other digital platform, I think it's very easy for us to get data analytics on this. How many hours, how many minutes somebody engaged with us on certain things. And I think now, when we are so used to Instagram data, Facebook data, YouTube data, Google data, so I think Metaverse also is the next level. So obviously, that gives you all the right analytics, data points that you need to evaluate the experience. Now, the next important point, which is, and I tried and covered a lot of questions that might come in. Okay, so hence I've covered this point. So, which is, a lot of people have this ambiguity that what is the awareness level around metaverse. So according to one of the recent, reports by Deloitte, uh, it is 30% of the brands, uh, 30% of the brands don't get the concept. Okay, 30% of the brand, 40% of brands understand it, and 30% are thinking if somebody else will do it, then we will also do it, right? That we are not one of those who will put in so much of time, effort in going into it. They don't want the first mover advantage, so they are saying अच्छा जब कोई जाएगा तो तब हम भी चले जाएंगे, right? So it's the strategy you want to go with, but that's what the data says. Now, the next comes that primary users. So people keep asking me, "अरे मुझे समझ नहीं आता." As in, I can't go there. It feels very cartoonish. It feels very science fiction. It feels very different, right? So it will feel different because it's not for us, right? It is for a different generation. And we are getting our businesses ready for that generation, right? So it is millennials, though I fit into millennials according to this data. I was born after 1980. So millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha are the key categories which brands would focus and will make their experiences for. The other data points are 40% of the Gen Z and millennials have played an online game, which makes it very easy for them to go and experience metaverse. 28% of Gen Z and millennials have used a VR headset at some point of time, either to play game, either for one time, two times, or regularly, but they have used. 22% of Gen Z and millennials have bought virtual items other than NFTs or crypto, like a skin or a video game, like an avatar or a video game. 18% of Gen Z and millennials have attended a virtual reality event, right? And 23% of Gen Z and millennials have bought cryptocurrency. So that makes it that gives us a lot of data points to understand that what and how and who is consuming the data and who are we making these experiences for.
Gagan, Samir has a question if we can take that.
Okay, fine. Why not? Yeah, Samir, go ahead.
So, Gagan, simple question that how is this different from one of these interactive games or a world created in a game where users can do whatever they want? Like I remember playing The Sims in the 90s.
It is not. It is not. It is not. So it is, I always say to simplify it, it's a branded gamified experience. It is not. We are using the similar kind of insights, similar kind of, what do you say, engagements, but now in a branded environment, right? The consumer was already doing, like
Okay.
Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and everybody is already playing games and doing nothing, like earning nothing. Now we are saying if we want to engage with them, we might as well create games which are branded games, right? The games which include my brand, and helps me disseminate information, helps me get closer to those that generation, and converting them into my customer. So you're absolutely right. It is not, and that's the essence of it,
So
and
it's
that's
like
why
we are building the whole world into a virtual game.
absolutely our own world. Our own world. A brand is building their own world. We can call it a world, we can call it a store, we can call it an experience. So depending on how far the brand wants to go, that's what brands are doing. So for example, the Skoda that is created, I will share that link with you. Okay, the Skoda that is created is basically a world, right? There is an exhibition center, there's a showroom, there is a racetrack, there is everything, right? So you go in, you experience the brand, which you would not do otherwise. Okay, in our generation, we go and like to do purchase offline, right? But this the younger generation does not want to do it, and they are way more evolved, and they are way more skewed towards creating something on their own. Okay, my 8-year-old daughter and 6-year-old daughters
Okay.
are more used to playing games which are very like metaverse, like creating their own garments, creating their own makeup kit, doing their something, right? So that's what we are taking, making it more immersive, engaging, and more meaningful for brands to use it
So,
to
Gagan,
influence models.
we understand. So, earlier it used to be games, where you would have that kind of interactive, immersive experience. Now, the platform has just broadened to include multiple different kinds of experiences. Like, you can attend music festivals, you can,
Absolutely,
as you said, like,
absolutely,
purchase, stuff from stores, have an experience of a brand world, etc. So I think that is, in simple terms, would it be fair to say that?
absolutely, absolutely. I think also, 2020 changed everything. Okay, all of us. I remember I started my career as an events person. Okay, so I started by, and I've been doing biggest of the conferences. 2006, 2007, India Today Conclave was done by me. Okay, so I have done those kind of large events. Now when I used to talk to the senior officials of any brand, they would always say, Gagan, physical karte hain, digital mein hame pata nahi hai, we are not technologically there yet, we will still be. And those were only those top management people, because young generation was still okay to do it. But now when everyone has adapted digital world by force during the COVID time, I think the adaption of metaverse has grown much more. And now, for example, to give you an example, we were doing this meeting in this whatever Google Meet. Next meeting, I can do it in the metaverse. It is as simple as that. You will feel more inclusive. Nidhi will come in her own garment. She will do her own hairdo. She will do everything. I can high five with Nidhi. I can she can clap on whatever if she likes something. She can poll. Do various things. So it's more interactive, right? It's different, right? And I'll show you that just after a few
So
slides.
Gagan, we are still doing all this right now in a Google Meet, but it's actually a 2D model. That's about
Absolutely,
it.
absolutely. Now it's 3D model. It's 3D model, and then obviously gamification is the most important aspect of metaverse, which is not possible in 2D, or if it is possible, the experience is not that great. As soon as we get into 3D, the experience is enhanced, right? So now, the key use cases of metaverse. So according to Deloitte, a recent report, various use cases are there, but I've just listed few key use cases. uh, Marketing and advertising, brands are using it for marketing and advertising. People are using it to design products. Now you will say, oh, kaise hoga? So it's basically VR driven, where your product designing teams are sitting in different cities, right? And they have the model in front of them, and they work on that model together, right? Like Mark Zuckerberg shows in his presentations, and everybody else does, right? That it's not there yet, but the technology is being worked around that. Then commerce, obviously, like the mall we have created is around product. So showrooms are being created, and various other experiences are being created, which is enhanced e-commerce experience. resulting into commerce. There is talent training and talent acquisition that's happening in the metaverse. I think we heard of Accenture, we heard of a lot of other brands doing it in the metaverse. So that's what is happening. Education and learning has adapted metaverse in a big way. A lot of universities have got into metaverse. A lot of institutions are adapting metaverse. Real estate, it is a great benefit for you. Real estate. Think about a scenario that right now you were sending walkthroughs to the clients sitting out of India, right? Tomorrow you can make a metaverse experience, and the client can come in the metaverse or come in the experience, right? So what you see is the same perspective. Okay, you walk and the perspective changes. You walk, the perspective changes. You look, the perspective changes, because the overall proportions in the metaverse are similar to the proportions in the real world. Okay, so the avatar is 6 feet, and the height of the ceilings are X, and then it's Y, then Z, and all of that. So it gives you a very realistic approach to the overall thing. Then customer service. A lot of brands, a lot of finance. Union Bank went into metaverse. A lot of other brands have gone into metaverse. Now somebody will ask, what is Union Bank doing there? Now Union Bank is engaging with the newer generation. Okay. So otherwise, Union Bank will lose business from the upcoming newer generation. Now they are engaging with them in their own space and making them one of their favorites to be engaging with. So if I know that the Union Bank exists and this is what they are doing, I would say that, okay, fine, let me go and check out Union Bank. And people are doing customer service in the Union Bank. For example, there are chatbots.
So
Now Samir can be there himself and answer Gagan's query as an avatar, right? You can
so
have a
now,
real person.
now Union Bank is going to make us stand in the queue in the metaverse now.
So I think that makes it, yeah, yeah. I think it's a good joke to crack, but I think they still took a leap. I would say, they were the first one. So, like for example, Shimaru
Right.
went and made a movie theater, or Airtel Extreme made a movie theater. We have a movie theater in our mall as well, right? So various different use cases are being made. And then events, a lot of events are being done, like you're doing conferences. I still have a lot of briefs from international brands who want to do conference in a metaverse. Then there are smaller events like a product launch or X and Y. So this is the vision, okay, that today you do your brand strategy, and you have Instagram strategy, YouTube strategy, you have an offline strategy, retail strategy. You will have to have a metaverse strategy in the next 3 months. Okay, you will be engaging with metaverse, what do you say, your followers or your community in metaverse, and you will have to create a strategy for them. The sooner you get in, the sooner you will be able to build your community. Okay, because community building takes time, और यहाँ पे तो users खरीदे भी नहीं जा सकते. It's going to
Gagan,
happen.
sorry to interrupt. I have a very category specific question since we are discussing categories. So I work with a Alcobev organization.
Okay.
So I just wanted to understand the legalities and modalities of an Alcobev brand entering the metaverse, because obviously, like, you need to comply with the legal drinking age limit, etc. And there are a lot of otherwise also it's very regulated.
Yes.
Can you just give
Yes. Yes.
some?
I have an answer for this. So
Yeah.
see, everything in the metaverse can be regulated. Okay. Let me give you an example. If you have a section which talks about liquor, okay, you can have an age limit to enter it.
Sorry, can you please repeat that? I can hear you.
So if there is a section that you create, okay, which is targeted to a specific age group,
Mm-hmm.
you can put a entry barrier to put data to enter that gate.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
all of that is possible. You can disable cameras, you can disable audio, you can disable gestures, you can disable everything. If you think,
Gagan, I think what Nidhi wants to ask is she wants to market to everyone. The government doesn't allow in the physical world. So can she do it in the virtual
yeah,
bit?
she can. That's what I'm saying. Okay, there
So,
is
so there,
so
so there are no legal blocking certain kinds of ads in metaverse.
no, it's not. We just need to keep in mind that we restrict certain areas which openly talk about any specific thing which needs a age category. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, Nidhi, we have an advisor which is a legal advisor on board. Okay, with us
Mhm.
who can help you with all the legal requirements in the Web3 and metaverse. Okay, so we purposely did that because we thought because we are building large projects, we need to have a large legal team which addresses this.
So,
Also, because you don't, for example, if you take a experience in the mall, okay, so with mall we are leasing the stores. Okay, so with leasing you don't own it, you lease it, right? So the legal implications also get, spread or is taken care by the owner of the property plus the lease, the tenant plus everything else. And we are registered in
also,
Dubai.
also,
That's fine.
okay. Uh, also, right now, I think because, earlier the digital space was also not very regulated, and then, it's begun to fall into the purview of ASCII and the government. And now I think Metaverse still does not have any
Not
formal
much.
regulations as such, I understand, right?
Not much. But we just
Yeah,
want that, once we get in, because we are all matured marketeers, and we need
yeah.
to understand that, if somebody raises a finger, we need to be cautious about it and we need to take
Absolutely. And you
measures
need
to.
to be responsible also
Absolutely.
uh, when you're
Absolutely.
working with certain categories. So, could you maybe later on, if you have some examples of alcohol brands that you've worked with
Yeah.
on Metaverse, it would be great to know
Not
that.
yet, but I have worked on the category in the advertising and marketing world for years,
Hmm.
working with top global advertising agencies. So I understand the categories. Okay, I
Okay,
understand the category, but we will definitely be able to give you a good solution. Like we
sure.
made a sports bar. I will send you the sports bar bit. That will give you an example. That sports bar also has this age limit permission bit, and it also has live beer counters and jugglers and a lot of things. Right. So I'll
Okay,
share that with you. We'll give you an example as well. Okay.
okay.
Moving ahead. Uh,
Thank you.
you're welcome. You can also reach out to me directly. We'll spend more time separately on this.
Sure.
Okay, some of the global brands you must have already seen have entered metaverse early. A lot of luxury brands entered it, fashion brands entered it early. Then the lifestyle, then the consumer electronics, automobile, liquor. A lot of other brands have entered, and everybody is creating a different use case. Okay, like there is nothing specific that they're doing, right? They need to understand their consumers and create an experience, use it like a platform, and create something that will be easy for their consumers to consume. Now, I will play a small video, which is basically a video by a TV channel, and some beautiful looking TV host are going to be talking. तो आपको मुझसे rest भी मिल जाएगा, or you will be hearing somebody else, and it will give you more insight on metaverse, marketing, retail, and a lot of more things. So here I play the video.
How would you like to hang out with friends, attend concerts with stars like Travis Scott, Post Malone, and Ariana Grande, take yoga classes, and you guessed it, shop right from home? You can in the Metaverse, a virtual online world.
I've purchased and acquired thousands of digital pieces of clothing.
Kevin Clark is an avid Metaverse shopper. This is his avatar. He spends about 4 hours a day in the digital world.
This is just one of the many outfits that I have. I spent probably $5,000 to $8,000 just in the last 2 years.
That's money Kevin spent on clothes he
This kind of
only wears in
monetization
the
will
Metaverse.
happen in
Senior
India
media and tech
in a year's
correspondent
time.
Willie Borson reports on the Metaverse for CNBC. Why do you think people want to spend real real money on digital assets they can't have in real life.
People are spending real money in the metaverse. They want to have an experience that's more like their real life experience, or in some ways, maybe even better.
Big name brands like Nike, Tommy Hilfiger, Hyundai, and Chipotle getting in early. One study predicts the Metaverse will have $2 trillion in e-commerce value by 2030. Design firms are building polished Metaverse storefronts like this one, provided exclusively to NBC News by interior architects. They say national brands hope to use these virtual spaces to attract real customers.
So how does it work?
For most users, it starts here on your phone or here on a computer. My Metaverse journey begins on Roblox, a virtual world popular with preteens, but don't be fooled by the cartoonish appearance. There are more than 40 million daily active users, and this is where millions of dollars in virtual commerce is happening. Here I am. My tour guide is Xiumin Wee, a senior product manager at Roblox. That's her avatar, and there's mine. We start our virtual shopping spree at Gucci.
Okay, we are in the store, and much like a real life store, we have all of Gucci's different items really nicely merchandised. You'll see on the wall some of their homeware. The skateboards are on the wall, as well as blondie bags for sale, menswear, t-shirts as well.
What I like about this is it feels like you're actually in a store with these products around you, even though they're virtual. I try on a few items. So I just bought a pair of sunglasses. Let's see what I look like. Next, we head to the van store where you can design and purchase sneakers. Look, I'm designing my own shoe. After our shopping spree, I spent about $10 real for virtual items that can only be worn by my avatar inside Roblox.
Look at my little avatar.
We're actually voguing. If you recall, Madonna fans out there. A big draw of shopping in the Metaverse is the accessibility of luxury brands.
Just like buying a Gucci bag in the real world is a status symbol, buying a virtual Gucci bag is also a status symbol for your avatar.
Here in the Decentraland Metaverse, users can roam a massive virtual land where they can peruse art galleries, purchase NFTs, and make transactions using cryptocurrency on the blockchain.
Running right into the stores just as I would in real life.
That's my Decentraland avatar in one of the many storefronts throughout the platform.
So I'm going to put on the mask that I just bought. Check it out. I have my new mask on.
And these aren't all virtual products. For example, the NFT watch here, if I purchase it in the Metaverse, I also get sent a real watch. The cost, about $700. Does it boggle your mind?
It is amazing how much money people are spending. I personally would still rather have a physical good.
So it's a longer one. I'll skip this. And we will move to the next example. Metaverse for education.
There was an air of excitement and a bit of nervousness as well as I took my first steps towards entering an education metaverse. I was amazed with what I had just seen for the very first time in my life.
This is the brand's imagination. Okay? This is how they proceed.
Hey, don't worry. This is going to be your best educational experience.
The initial moment of loneliness was soon replaced with the joy of meeting new friends. And then, before I could even blink, we were in a classroom from the future. It was absolutely surreal. Soon our teacher came in and boy, wasn't he in a really cool avatar.
Hello friends, welcome to a Metaverse classroom.
As the immersive screens came to life, from knowing what we were going to learn today, to highly visually detailed presentations, and to the most immersive 3D learning experience ever, it was as if we were there on Mars, standing on its surface, trying to explore if there are any traces of water for life to exist. Moving on to the most captivating videos. And there was a quick quiz as well, which immediately helped everyone to identify their gaps in learning. Our teacher immediately took notice and helped us revisit those gap areas and ensured that we all understood the concept, and voila, we sure did. It was an experience that made me fall in love with learning all over again. Hi, I am Catherine, and this is my journey of limitless learning in a
Okay, Metaverse for training. A quick video, like I was telling you. This is VR based Metaverse.
Press the start button to begin.
trajectory. As you can see, this is a significant fraction. See the patient's tissue. You will need to further dissect the deep tissue by using a scalpel to make a deeper incision, exposing the tissue. Look at the side of the patient's neck to verify. Excellent. You can now see the bone and fracture clearly. Place the forceps back on the tray.
I think we get an idea. So I'll skip and we will see some of the event in the metaverse. This is one of the Samsung events that was done in Decentraland.
The Galaxy S22 and S22 Plus are here. We created these smartphones for people who want to transform ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences. Galaxy S22 and S22 Plus are based on the iconic S series design. When you look at these devices from the side, you can see a flat, elegant profile that creates an aesthetic, balanced effect. These smartphones also have a dynamic and charming color palette and are available.
Another video which will also give us a different look and feel to look at how events can be done in metaverse. This video does not have sound, so it's fine. I think it is easy to understand the look and feel, and I think look and feel is one of the most important factor when it comes to choosing and understanding metaverse. Okay, before we get into live experiences, I think couple of terms which are very important for us to understand. Avatar. Okay, we need to understand that there is a term called avatar in the metaverse. There are 3D assets. Whatever you see there are 3D assets, or we also call them NFTs. There are portals to teleport from one place to the other place. So just which are basically navigation, right? But these are jumping portals which can take you from one experience to the other experience with a flick of a time, like you've seen in any sci-fi movie. And NFTs, which is non-fungible tokens, which popularly are known in the art world, but anything in the decentralized economy minted in the metaverse is NFT. Moving forward, we have, okay, so now how do you approach and what are the different areas one needs to cover while you look into creating a metaverse experience? Okay, so first and foremost, there's a land buying strategy. So either you go a land buying strategy or you lease it out from somebody like us, or you look into creating it on a centralized platform which does not need a land to be bought. So land buying strategy is required in the decentralized platforms. Then the spatial design, what kind of design, how will it look? You want more realistic design, you want more over the top, very sci-fi looking design. All of that has to be looked at. 3D assets, what kind of 3D assets would you like? Branding and content, gamification, and NFT strategy are the key components that you will have to look into while you create your metaverse experience. You might start with the first few and then take gamification and NFT in the second stage, right? But that's something that can be easily incorporated together. Now, let me take you live to one of the platforms which is special, which we saw in the video and which was one of the platforms that I spoke about earlier as well. Give me a second. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. Welcome to my office. This is Metality's office in special. I will just, this is me. Uh, I will just do a closer look at myself. I will show you how somebody can look. I can do various gestures.
So Gagan, how are you doing it? You are using some
Keyboard,
with you?
keyboard, nothing. It's they are computer based. They are web based experiences. This is web. I'm using my laptop and I'm using certain keys to do all of this. If I want to
Okay.
customize, now this is a Ready Player Me avatar. If I want to customize this avatar, I can go here. I can customize. Customization options are many. They will just load and you will see how an avatar can be customized. So there is, for example, on the shape of the face, I want to change it. I want to change the clothing. You can also put your brand clothing. A branded clothing can also be put in, and your avatars can wear that. It can be hairstyle, beard, eye color, eyebrows, glasses, makeup, mask, headgear, whatever we want. Okay. So I just want to be like this. So I came back and I am back. So I can see with my browser, I can move around. You can see my cursor. I'm using my cursor to move around and see the entire space. Now, wherever I sit, I can sit on these seats. I can sit on any of these seats. Okay. And I can move, jump. Other people can sit around me and we can do a face to face meeting. I want to share something. For example, I need to do a meeting. Let me share my screen. Can you see my presentation there now?
Yes.
Yes. You can also, whichever perspective you are sitting in, you can also zoom in to see the presentation better. Okay. So all of this is possible. Then now I'm going to be taking to different experience. So there are these portals here. So these the circles are the portals. Okay. I will click on these portals and we will go to another experience. So now we are in a penthouse, a beach house penthouse, a beach penthouse. Okay, so this is me and I am in a penthouse. Can you see the aesthetics? This is one of the best experiences available in the market. Real estate, if you think about the real estate clients, think about how they can get benefited out of this. Outside is the beach. We also have the sound effect of the beach and the visuals. I want to go upstairs. There's a party lounge upstairs. So I'm just going upstairs. We can look at the view. from my terrace, my small bar. There are certain, these are non-performing assets. They are dancing here. This is a dance floor. I can host parties here. There's a screen that I can play content on. I can I can be here in this area. I can sit here and watch something on the screen.
Gagan, do you have to own the bungalow here?
Uh, yes, in a way, but otherwise, yeah, you can kind of lease it out. They have created these, and you can lease them out. They can customize it for you, and it's like a real estate created. Now you can lease it out or buy it at a nominal cost.
Okay.
So I'll just close this, and we'll come back to the presentation.
Gagan,
Yes.
do we have a ballpark estimate of what would be the commercials of building such a metaverse in any industry it might be, just to give a idea of
So
how much investment does it usually require for a company?
it's a business to business case. In fact, Bhavin was talking to me before we started this session that this question might come up, and how do we really look into it? So it's very brand specific and what you want to use it for. But it can start with as low as 15 lakh, to start with, and which includes most of it. Like, for example, when I talk about the project that we are launching, which is Meta Bharat, here you can lease an experience for the entire year, a 5,000 square feet experience for 25 lakh, and you can start it at as low as 10 lakh. So depends. Now, what's your usage? What's your customer persona? What kind of platform would you need? All of those kind of things. What kind of integrations you would need? Obviously, that does not include gamification, NFTs, and all of that. That obviously has to be added on. And how intensive all of that is, or how much work will go into that, will also define the cost and everything. So I think we can get in touch, and I can obviously create a strategy for your brand, and we can look into how much will it cost.
Sure, thanks. I also wanted to know, as compared, say, to physical existence earlier, what is the measurable benefits that companies have usually seen after introducing or after being a part of this metaverse? I mean, you've said a lot of real estate brands, lot of other fashion brands, maybe telecom brands have got included. Is there any measurable benefits that they have actually seen in, whether it's in terms of brand building, whether it's in terms of footfalls, whether it's in terms of revenue generation that they've seen after introducing metaverse?
So at the moment, there is not much that is available as insights in the space, but it's important. But the brands, just give me 1 second.
Sure.
Just give me 1 second. इसको बंद कर दीजिए, लॉक कर दीजिए. Yeah. So there is no major study that is available as of now, because it has entered the market recently, we would say, and there are not many use cases which can give us those insights. But I think within 6 months or so, we will have much more data that we can curate and give you more insights. But having said so, this is my understanding, and while we are building a large project in metaverse, consumer engagement is the most important aspect that that brands are looking at. Plus, it becomes like a one constant engagement platform for them in the Web3 world. Okay. And then obviously once you enter, the platforms are also evolving over the time, and the more learning you get, the more evolved the platform gets, and the more insights we have, we'll be able to design engagements and our what do you say our experiences accordingly. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you.
So anybody else has any questions, because we have this
Yeah, Gagan, I have a small thing. Like you told me, in decentralized, we can own a land or we can matlab, build a building,
yeah.
right? So, do we have to spend anything apart from the technical team or person, matlab, to have to purchase a land, or
Of
we can
course,
directly build
of
it?
course. The metaverse land was a huge topic everybody was talking about. That people have bought $1 million, $1 million. They have bought certain land parcels. They are called land parcels.
Hmm.
And for example, our project is being built on 40,000 square feet space. Okay, and the land is going to cost us around 2 crores.
Okay.
Okay, and so it's a virtual real estate, and that's what so it is, for example, it comes in 16 by 16 meter parcel.
Hmm.
Okay, and each parcel is approximately 10 lakhs, and depends on which area you are in. It depends on that. For example, you are in Gurgaon, so you are in near Ambience Mall, so it's
Yeah.
expensive. So likewise.
So is it like somebody has already built a proper city in that, and we can buy that land in that particular city?
Yeah,
Somebody already owned that part of the city.
so so for example, if I talk about Decentraland, okay, where we are building our first experience, Decentraland is a DAO, right? Which is basically no one company owns it. A group of people who have the shares, and who have the land, who have invested into the project, own the project. Okay, but all of that is minted NFTs. Matlab, each land parcel is minted NFT on a blockchain, which means once it gets transferred to a person, and it's on a specific blockchain like Polygon, Ethereum,
Hmm.
ETH, and various other, right? So, so similarly, they are all based on certain blockchain and specific currency, and accordingly, they have the pricing, and you buy it in that price, and the currency used in that platform is also a specific cryptocurrency that is used.
Cool.
No other.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
We can roam around, but if we want to build anything or if we want to do anything, we have to spend a certain amount of money to the person who owns it.
Yeah.
And same
And
happens in the branding part also.
it for everything. So for example, to solve this, okay, and to make it more affordable for everyone, we are bringing this project. So this project, I will talk about it now. The next segment is about Meta Bharat. So here we are making it less expensive, affordable for brands to enter, and to try it out. The more they will try, the more use cases we'll have, the more data we can develop, and the more we can answer the kind of queries Sumit had, राइट. अभी क्या हो रहा था, इट्स अ चिकन एंड हैन स्टोरी. ब्रांड्स आर सेइंग पहले कोई और कर ले फिर हम करेंगे. अच्छा कितने का बनेगा, 2 करोड़ का, चल रहने दो, राइट. So we are saying that you can start at as low as 15 lakh, which
Hmm.
makes it much more affordable for people to enter, right? And then the more they enter, the more people are in, the more insights we have, the more use cases, the interactivity, what behavior, consumer behavior, all of that we study, and then we'll be able to share more insights with everyone, by say in the next 6 months or so.
Hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. ठीक है.
So okay, I think let's move forward, and I will share. We will talk about Meta Bharat. Okay, so Meta Bharat, like I've already spoken few times, it's India's first metaverse mall, and it's one of the largest projects from India in Decentraland. But we are not just restricting it to Decentraland, because we understand that the customer persona is different. Hence, we are taking it to multiverse. We're also taking it to sandbox. We're also taking it to the nemesis. So we will start with the what do you say, the experience in Decentraland, which we launch in December, end of December, and then in January we launch the other two. a small video for the concept. So, lot of brands we spoke to, and lot of sites we worked on. Uh, I think the brands were pushing. Yes, Sumit.
A quick question, Gagan. So, for example, say if I am to buy some land or say lease some land in Meta Bharat, say for tomorrow there is a new property which comes in, say Meta Swadesh. Is it replaceable? Can I use that same property in that Meta Swadesh also, or is it that I need to do a fresh new investment and create a completely new meta space for me in that newer mall?
Yeah, we can with a very less investment
So
because
what do you think?
डिजाइन आपकी आवाज बड़ी डिस्टॉर्ट होके आ रही है.
So what you're saying is it's transferable, right?
It's possible. These are digital assets. You will have to change it according to do some customization based on the platform you're going to, right? But the design, once done, can be used anywhere.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
because the
you.
blueprint of the design remains same. Assets can be used. Most of the what do you say, the asset making formats, 3D asset making formats being used these days are basically easy to adapt in most of the platform.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, great. So we spoke to a lot of clients, a lot of problems they were facing. They cannot buy, space in cryptocurrency because India still has not legalized it. They were saying it's too expensive, it's time consuming. Let anybody else do it first. What's the ROI? Blah 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 blah. A lot of things, and all of these platforms are global platforms, so we can't really restrict people coming from any other country. And how do we make sure that people from India come there, and people who can consume our products should experience our products, right? So hence we created a hyper local mall at a global metaverse platform, which is Decentraland. Now we have created a destination which is an India centric destination, like a India centric real estate in a global metaverse platform, and people can directly go there, spend time. It becomes like an India destination in that metaverse, right? And we further develop it. For example, it's a mall right now. Tomorrow I built a healthcare real estate. I built something else, and then it becomes more like a mini India in these metaverse platforms. Like for our Punjabis, South Hall. So we have made the process very very simple. We have to make it easy to market, we have divided the entire process into three phases. We have introduced first time we have introduced leasing format. So now, from the variety of sizes and the variety of options that we have that's available in the mall, now in the multiverse, people can lease space for a short term and a long term basis. So 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, which will make it much more easier for brands to try it out, do more trials, which is more important to understand how it will work. Otherwise, the pricing and the time was taking a lot of was there was a lot of ambiguity for people to enter the metaverse. Then we are introducing for the first time the design template format. So we will be giving brands templates based on their industry, which they can choose from, and which will they can either choose from those templates, they can either choose from those templates, or that will fuel their imagination to understand what they need from the metaverse experience. And then within no time, for example, if the entire process of finding the land, buying the land, leasing the land, and then creating the experience would have been a 90-day process, now it can be brought down to a 30-day process, and you can start engaging and start building your web3 community in very less time. The cost has come down drastically because it's on a shared land model, and obviously it's on a leasing model. So from a 50 lakh experience, it has brought down to they can start, brands can start with a 15 lakh, which is a much more affordable price point. And it's not just a store, it's an experience, and we call it a 7x experience, where it's there are not just retail stores. It also has you can also mint NFTs. You have a large event venue, 30,000 square feet event venue, which is ready to use. And all of us know nobody plans for events 2 months prior. Everybody wakes up 15 days prior. And for those events, we really can't make metaverse experiences. It's better to lease them out. And there were no major options, but we are making those options and providing to the world. There will be a movie theater, there will be a gaming arcade, art gallery, and a co-working space in the metaverse. So whatever are the key use cases of metaverse till now, we have tried and incorporated that into our real estate for us to have greater insights, for us to drive the Indian market towards the metaverse adapt accelerated adoption. These are the quick layouts. We have underground, ground, first, second, third floor. The layout has been derived out of the shape of Indian flag, the chakra, because of the name Meta Bharat, and hence we have taken this shape. These are top two floors. There is a co-working space and an art gallery on the fifth floor, and the terrace is the event venue. This is how the building looks in the front elevation. I'm going to take you live there in few minutes. Uh, so key features that are offered to the brands. The primary features are, with the leasing price, you get a branded immersive store experience and 5 3D assets, which also people don't have, the brands don't have right now, right? And then obviously, if they take a short term lease plan, then they can always plan the NFTs and the gamified experience in the long run, and not do everything at one go, which takes more time, with which is more investment. And then it goes into the into what do you say, a cold conversation rather than being a hot conversation. Like I said, we are making it in multiverse. We are taking it to Decentraland. So you'll have a Meta Bharat in Decentraland, in the sandbox, and in the Nemesis. Let me take you live to the Meta Bharat experience. And this is the first time ever I'm showing this to the world.
Thank you, Gagan, for this. Gagan, if we can also know how many number of people usually travel to this place on daily basis.
So, like I said, there is no India centric data yet.
Okay.
So there is data which is global data, and because lot of people also come in just as guest, okay, just as guest. So that also makes it a little difficult for brands to know. But if we make a branded experience, then we will put like a entry data point, right? So you enter, you have to share your data. So hence we'll be able to know more about India centric audience once we have this live. and we have more and more brands joining it because there are no other major platforms or experiences ready which are for the Indian audience. So
Okay.
this is the first one. So I hope you can see my screen. This is the Meta Bharat experience. This is Decentraland Live. This is my avatar. I have not customized it much, hence it has hair. You can move around. You can see other sides of the mall. So whichever side you go, you'll be able to see posters, banners, like a real mall. And usually the experience is much better with a what do you say, mouse. So like if you come on a side, you have this kind of a look and feel. At the back, it's like this. The building is pretty tall, so there is a, that's why it is little. I was stuck in the tree. Now we'll be entering the mall. So there are these quick menus to go directly to different floors, which can also be used.
So, Gagan, if there are more people in this mall, let's say today, surfing at the same time, would we be able to see them?
Yeah, yeah, of course. You can also join in right now.
Oh.
Yeah. So might take a little time because it's on a local server right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it is not launched yet,
Okay.
right? So, for example, you see these shops, these are right now open shops, right? There are numbers to these shops, and one can go in and check out the space, come out and understand the space like you understand the space in a real mall, right? सो किस क्या शेप है, क्या लुक एंड फील है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक साइड से आपको बाहर का व्यू भी दिखेगा. That's trans. We have kept that transparent. Is this side of the mall of every shop. So every shop has one of the sides where you can see the outside world as well.
So Gagan, this can have basically if e-commerce platform, right? They can set up a
Absolutely.
store and you can
Absolutely.
order the real items from there.
You can.
Okay.
Yes. But the only thing is that you cannot really have like a, what do you say, so many items made in 3D here because it's a limited space, right? So you can always link the e-commerce website for more, create experience with limited items like you do on a showroom,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And then the stocks accordingly, you can always get them to your e-commerce website and further, they can look into various things. So this is an elevator which goes up and down on regular basis.
So, this store is live, Adidas.
A dummy store right now. We have a live store which is Adidas is right now, you can say, in process. Like ये बन रहा है उनका अभी, बट एक और स्टोर का जिनका बन रहा है वो मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ. फर्स्ट वो थोड़ा बड़ा है इससे. So this is teleporting option. I just jumped onto that and I came to the first floor.
Okay.
Gagan, are there any accessories, like you said, we have to use the keyboard and mouse. Are there any accessories designed for Metaverse?
There are like VR headsets and all of that, but this platform does not need it.
Because it's cumbersome, right? Like clicking on mouse and going around and all that. So are there
But
anything like a roller ball, just go around and all that?
can be used. There are various accessories,
Mhm.
but people are more used to using the fun of it is that you can use a computer which
Mm.
is accessible by everyone. So this is one of our clients which is Unstitched. It's a digital fashion brand.
Okay.
Okay. So they have taken two stores, 4800 स्क्वायर फीट के दो स्टोर लिए हैं इन्होंने. ये अभी इन प्रोसेस है. सो जो आप बीच में देख रहे हैं, what you see here, this guy dancing, this will be replaced by a mannequin which will be able to you'll be able to wear the clothes and see like a try on. Okay. So for now we've just kept it like something to fill the space because it's not live yet.
Can it be mapped geographically? I mean, if I don't want to show it pan India, and I just want to show it still states, would that
I
be
think it
possible?
can be. I can check with my team. See, some of the platforms that we are going to are basically more customizable. Okay, and some of them are made on global
Sumit, there is
standard.
some disturbance from your end. If you can please mute.
My end.
Sumit.
Ah, so, yeah.
Okay.
So
Uh,
some of the platforms are more adaptable or can will be more customizable, like the Nemesis and the Sandbox. And then certain platforms have certain limitation. So hence we are going to multiverse so that we can address, and give solution to everyone, for every kind of business. And the look and feel of the mall will be different in different places. So we will make like a marketplace in the other one. Here we have made like a tall building because यहाँ पे जमीन बहुत महंगा है, right? So I'll just use a shortcut and go to home.
Gagan, if one has to have conversation in the metaverse, so
You can.
we will speak or it is actually we have to type?
दोनों हो सकता है, both. If you enable audio, then it can be audio. You enable video, it can be video. It can be chat. Everything.
Okay.
Everything is possible. So I will just try and jump to the top floor. Sometime it is difficult to hold it from the cursor, and I use a MacBook, so I'm very very sensitive. Or else I can go to the basement. This is right now like a movie theater. अभी ये पूरा बना नहीं है, but I'll just show you. This platform does not have capability for you to sit, so your avatar will stand, but you can watch a movie with your loved ones, talking to them, enjoying the same scene, and all of that. Like for example, Nidhi was asking कि हम किसी specific space में can we put barriers? Yes, we can. Like we entered this room, there can be a coding that can be put here where they need to put their age limit and all of that, and only then they will be able to enter the room. I just came into I came into the lift and I'm just going to different floors. I hope इससे काफी clarity आई होगी. एक ये this is one kind of a platform, but obviously there are different platforms like I showed you. Each one of them have different types of experiences that you can get.
Got it.
I'm out. I again jumped on the this one. Sure. So I think we got an idea,
Yes.
and that was what was the intent. Just give me 1 second. I'll just. I'll just take a photograph because this is the first time I've given a demo. So
Wow.
of this experience. Great. So I'll come back to the presentation and we can take queries if we have, and that's the end of the session otherwise. Though we have taken few queries, Nidhi, did you get some clarity?
Yeah, Gagan, I think this was very, very useful. First of all, thanks a lot for taking out so much time and sharing all of this with us. I think it gives us a much better view of understanding of what metaverse is,
Yeah.
than what we came. So that's really great. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Anyone else has any questions? Anything that I can answer?
Hey Gagan, it's really great having a meeting. Please share your contact details, so that we can get in touch with you for any details further.
Yeah, you can take a screenshot of this. It's gagan at metality.one. It has my number. And with the combination of my name, which is Gagan Pal Singh Nagi, there is only one person in the entire world. So you LinkedIn is the best place. I'm very active on LinkedIn. So you can reach out to me there as well.
Sure,
Otherwise,
sounds great.
Bhavin, Bhavin can also connect you with me, and I can
Yes.
also answer further queries for all of you.
Perfect. Okay. All right, guys. So I'll take a leave. Thank you, Bhavin, for organizing this. Really appreciate it. And thank you, Gagan, for all the insights. Really,
Can
really
I
appreciate it.
can
Thank you
I
so much.
can I request everyone to just switch on their camera once for me to take a image because it looked like I'm talking to bots. So just once. Yes. Kushi, is it possible? And let's just wave. Let's just wave. Hi. Sounds good. Great, guys. Great meeting you all. And I think I would love to help you guys wherever I can. Please feel free to reach out to me. The idea is to the company that we have built is to promote early adoption of metaverse and break the bust the whatever ambiguities and move forward and do certain good projects. So great time. Thank you very much. अपनी
Thank
बीवियों के
you.
साथ वापस जाएं and जो बीवियां हैं वो बीवियों के
Thanks, Gagan, for taking so much time out, and thanks everyone for attending.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very
much.
much. Great guys.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Bye.
Thanks, sir. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Bye. Bye.